Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals. Welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. This week I am planning using the PBC Fall 2023 freebies from Plannerface. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can save by using Tilly to save 10% and get a PR seasonal freebie. These can be seen on Anna's Instagram or Facebook page or on my Instagram as well. So this was a freebie set, so it's in removable matte, and I have so many pages because now, Anna, when you buy enough to get the full kit, you don't get the mini kit anymore, but you used to get the mini kit as well, and this is when I got a mini kit as well. So I am using that, and there is so much of it, and it's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous art. Foil wise, I am using a snowflake bundle from Scribble Co, layered over silver solid bougie from my shop, which is super exciting. There was definitely enough left in this kit that I could have done another week with it, but I won't. I've put that into my leftovers to like give away or sell. What else have I got to say about this base? I don't think I've got much else to say really. It's gorgeous and I'm obsessed with how it came together, but yeah, I am loving this planner and how I can put the spreads down. It's just so quick and easy and I'm obsessed, and I love this planner layout. I'm so glad that I got the idea for it from a friend, and yeah, got on with it. This week was a little bit tricky bougie wise because I only had the 16 bougie boxes from Scribble Co, and sorry, big yawn, and I didn't actually have even enough solid silver bougie because of how many I had 3 extenders, one of which needed 2 underlays, so I had to use some of the strips from the bottom of the page and stuff, but it worked out absolutely fine in the end, and probably I could have used more. I had quite a lot of problems with this box I'm faffing with now, getting it down straight. Everything I did made it look wonky, and I was never happy with it, and I'm still not 100% happy with it, but I'm much happier than I was at various points in the video. That's all I really have to say about the base. I do apologise if I yawn, sneeze, cough, sniff. I have a cold at the moment. I'm struggling with getting viral infections. Now I'm near the late stages of pregnancy, but still, still at work and things. I seem to be picking up everything, and it's rough and quite hard work. So there's that. There's quite a lot to say about this week, so I think for now we will just get on to the 2 books I read, and then we will come back to the day by day. So the things I marked on my sidebar were that we got to see Bump this week, which was unexpected, and we'll get into that, but all was well in the end. And I put that I was grateful for having lovely neighbours, because they were great on Friday when we were having our little faff. Anyhow, on to the books. So the first book that I am going to talk about is The Spanish Love Deception. I actually gave both of the books I read this week 4 stars, and they were both audiobooks. So The Spanish Love Deception is about Catalina, who needs a fake boyfriend for her sister's wedding. So when her work colleague, who she's never really got on with, Aaron, offers to be her fake date, she refuses at first, but soon she's left with no choice. Will they be able to fool Lena's family, and will they be able to survive spending that much time together? This is a nice, easy, fluffy, fake dating romance, but it doesn't really have any depth to it in my opinion. So there's nothing to love about it. It's good, but it's not spectacular. It's very predictable. There's a lot of classic tropes, but it's still a good read. It's nice to have a fake dating romance where the third act drama isn't them breaking up because people found out or whatever. The third act drama did seem appropriate, but half of it kind of came out of nowhere, and it was a bit unexpected, and it felt like the author was trying to add some depth to the characters, but it was just, yeah. There are also throughout several bits of conversation in Spanish, which I don't speak Spanish at all. It's a nice ad, but it meant nothing to me, and I don't think I missed anything important, but especially listening to the audiobook. If I'd been reading it, I'd have been able to Google like translation, but I couldn't because I was listening to the audiobook. Basically, overall, it was good, but nothing groundbreaking or remarkable in my opinion. Then the other book I finished this week was With the Fire on High, and this is about Emily, who's a teen parent and just trying her best to look after a baby girl and get through her senior year of school. She dreams of being a chef and has a flair for flavour, but doesn't think it'll ever be possible. So when a culinary arts elective is on the list, she jumps at the opportunity. You join her on her journey through senior year. This is very much like a slice of life, coming of age sort of novel, in that you're just along for the ride of Emily's life, and it's not that like anything huge or spectacular happens. It's just more about how a teen mum gets through her senior year with other complications thrown in, and I love that there's a book about that. Like, teen pregnancy is a thing, and it's part of life, and life throws us curveballs, and having books about those curveballs is really important. I love that there's the joy of cooking thrown in, and that balancing life as a mum is always going to be difficult, and I love that that's part of the novel without it being overwhelming. There is a bit of romance in it, and it's cute. There's some interesting parts and thoughts on relationships and grief and parenting, which really add to the story and make it enjoyable. The main character is black, and understandably there are important parts about racism and colorism, which is always appreciated from Own Voices, because this is an Own Voices book. The reason this only got 4 stars is that the food parts kind of bored me, and whilst it was nice to see the passion she had, it just didn't grip me. But like, as an expectant parent, I loved every time we got to interact with baby girl, and I was like, yes, oh, this is so cute, and basically was my feeling through a lot of the book. Because yeah, I don't know, being pregnant makes you even broodier than you thought was possible, because I'm pretty broody human anyway. I know I'm still putting it down at the deco and things in the middle. I'm just doing the foil deco now, but then we will be finished with the base. I think there seems to be quite a lot of base left, and I don't really know why, but I think I'm going to get into the day by days, because I think Friday and Saturday I probably have quite a lot to talk about, and will end up very behind if I don't get into it. So I am going to get straight into Monday. So on Monday I designed scripts, and then I had my planner call with bestie Sophie, so I just marked that in. Then I was doing Tilly Journal's accounts, and oh my god, it was so stressful and took so long. My mum came around and we had a good chat, and she tried to help me with my accounts, but we could not find the problem. I eventually got there, and yeah, but it was a journey, and it took most of the day basically. Then I went to Rangers. They did their DOV presentation, so I went for that, and then I ended up walking home a bit early. At the moment I do tend to be leaving Rangers early, just because a full Ranger session on a Monday, then work, and then guides on the Tuesday is too much for me at the moment. It will be easier when I'm off work, which in real time is a week on Friday. It's Wednesday when I'm recording this voiceover, so I have 2 days this week and 3 days next week, and then I have a half day from home the week after that, but that is from home. It's teaching, as in I'm being taught, so I'm really excited that it's, you know, gonna be not have any hospital days after next week. So yeah, 3 shifts left at the hospital. Anyway, then when we got home, I was reading Greta and Valdin, which properly took me forever to finish. And so yeah, I don't think I finish it. Do I even finish it the next week? I don't know. I'm going to check whilst I'm talking. But yeah, and then we did do some reading to Bump. I did finish it the following week, to be fair. On to Tuesday, I was at work, and my watch was having like loads of problems, and it just would not connect, and when I did some googling, it basically said if it's doing this, it's gone. Like, get in touch with Garmin to get it fixed. So I was trying to get Amazon to refund me, but they were like, no, return it, but they were like, no, you have to send it back for repairs, and it was a massive faff, and I got really cross with Amazon, so I've just marked in watch upset or watch drama, I think is actually what I've marked. Then it was a teaching day, so because Tuesdays are teaching days, I did my teaching. Then I came home and did some designing as well. I think teaching might have been online this day, and I might have done some designing while it was on, because I am terrible. I cannot not multitask. Like, if multitasking is an option, I will choose to do it, because my focus is just better if I'm doing two things at once. Then I read some more of Greta and Valdin. Then we had guides, and we were doing the Year of the Snake. So we did like lots of different snake activities and stuff like that, because obviously it was near Chinese New Year. And then to finish the day, we did read to bump. What I mean by read to bump is we are reading baby kids books, like baby books and toddler books and stuff, and it's basically partly to get baby used to Sosha's voice, because obviously they hear my voice a lot, and there's quite a lot of evidence that if you read and talk to baby in utero, they are more calmed by your voice, and they are more likely to be able to be comforted by you when they are born. So I would like Sosha to be able to comfort our baby as well as me, so that is like why we are doing that and what it is. I didn't really think anything of it, marking it in without explaining it, but I know a friend asked recently what I meant by that, and so I just thought I'd explain. So yeah, on to Wednesday. Started the day doing some odd jobs and bits and pieces. I tend to mark in odd jobs when there's like lots of little things I did and it's not worth marking any of them, but I was busy for like a good chunk of the day or a good chunk of the morning. Then I wrote some birthday cards. I am really behind. I was trying to get most of the years written before baby comes, so in February I've meant to have done quarter 3 and I have not even started. I checked the addresses this morning and that's as far as I've got, and we are on the 26th of February, so there are 2 days of February left, though 4 days in the way I like plan goals and stuff. Anyhow, then I had a phone call appointment with the gestational diabetes midwife. We had a chat about my sugars and we were happy, so yeah. And then I had an appointment with my care coordinators, so my CMHT and my PMH, so my community mental health team and my perinatal mental health team carecos, and we were working on my birth plan. Then me and Soch looked at his leave for the rest of the year because his work wanted it in, so we did that. Sadly, he doesn't think he's going to be able to take all of his leave before April, but he's hoping to get paid for it or to be able to carry it over. Then I sat and did some setting of February's goals because we were coming up to the end of the week, so my new goal month will start the following Monday. Then we actually opened my gifts from my baby shower from my sister, and she got us so many beautiful things, and it was amazing to sit and open those. We had been feeling a bit overwhelmed about like stuff and what we needed and things, and honestly it was great. Then my mum came around and we basically deep tidied the entire house. Not like deep tidied, but like did a good tidy of most of the house, and also sorted out all of the baby things we got so far, so we knew what we had and stuff like that. So like counted baby grows in different sizes and things, and sorted them into bags in the loft, then in boxes, so that when baby moves to a bigger clothes size we can just pull out a bag and stuff. So did lots of sorting of that. Then I think I set up Soshin's bullet journal this day. I was doing my March bullet journal, like migration stuff, or maybe I even just like prepped. I think I was prepping March's bullet journal. I was going to film it this year. I filmed it on the Saturday and Sunday, so yeah, so I was like preparing for my March bullet journal. Then I did some steps, got a walk in, and went to pregnancy yoga, which was a lot of fun. I really enjoy pregnancy yoga. I am on the second week of like a 2-week break, and I'm looking forward to going back next week. Sadly, I'm actually going to miss 2 of the sessions of the next 6-week block because they clash with my antenatal classes that the children's centre are putting on, and I really want to go to those, so it is what it is, but oh well. So I'm going to have one session next week, and then I'm going to have 2 weeks off for the antenatal classes, and then hopefully 3 or 4 more weeks, because baby is due like between the 5th and the 6th session, so yeah, that's exciting. And then in the evening I stick in my journal ready for journaling in it. I just find I'm 10 times more likely to journal if my pages are pretty, and I kind of use 2 journaling kits at a time and set up a few pages, and that's kind of how I do it. So yeah. On to Thursday, I was at work and I was having a really bad brain day this day, so I've just marked in that I was in my feels and struggling. When I came home I washed my hair, which means I don't mark in washing my hair most of the time. I wash my hair every Monday and Thursday at the moment, but I only mark it in when I don't have very much to mark, so if I've marked it in, it means I didn't have much to mark. Then I did some walking and some steps. I tried to write some book reviews. I think I was quite behind on book reviews at this point, so I caught up with those. And then I did some planning in my off-camera memory planner, which was fun to try and like pull out my mood a lot, but I was just really struggling and my brain was not great, and like, yeah, just not the best day really. On to Friday, I was at work again. I do work Tuesday, Thursday, Friday as a general rule, and work was really busy that Friday, and there weren't very many of us in. It was not a good day at work. When I came home I did put my new nails on. It does say paint nails, but I didn't. I put on fake nails from Chameleon Claws, which is my friend Tash's shop and is absolutely amazing. It's where all my fake nails come from, like the ones I'm wearing in this video and everything, and I'm so excited that I have one more weekend where it's just a weekend and then I can glue them on and get to wear the same set for like longer than a few days, which is going to be really exciting because I can't wear nails for work, infection control, etc. Anyway, we then went to our neighbour's house with one of our other neighbours for a games night, and we did some chatting and then we had dinner together. Then we actually only ended up playing one game because baby's movements had been a bit all over the place today. They hadn't been moving very much when they normally wake up in the morning. They normally wake up on my drive to work or during my morning routine, and they just weren't. And then I got to work, I text Soch saying I might ring triage, but I'll give it 10 minutes, and then baby started kicking loads, so I was like, oh okay. And then the movements were normal during the day, but then on my way home I was like, baby still isn't moving as much as they normally do, and I was like, I'll see if they wake up from dinner. They didn't, so yeah, I've just marked in that baby wasn't really moving, and when they'd barely moved for like an hour after dinner, I was like, I'm going to ring triage because this is abnormal. So they told me to come in, so me and Soch ended up leaving the games night unfortunately and going to maternity triage. They did the monitoring, which is called a CTG. It's like continuous monitoring of baby's movements and heart rate, and during that they were okay, and the monitor said we were all good, so that was a real relief. They did pick up, I don't know why they weren't moving very well during the day, but they also said they would arrange another scan because it had been 2 weeks since my last scan to triple check everything and make sure everything was okay, but if I was worried, just to call straight back. So on to Saturday, I did some planning, just some bits in my planner, and then I filmed my February migration video, which was the video before this, I believe, which shows how long ago I filmed this because this is like nearly a month ago at this point. And then I think just after that I got a phone call from the hospital saying we can do a scan at this time today, can you get here? And I was like, yeah, sure. We then set our budget for the month. We just do a monthly budget, so set that, and then we read a book to Bump and went across to the hospital, which is about a 35-40 minute drive to the hospital for us. I leave an hour for work, but yeah, just for normal appointments it's about half an hour. If it's Baby was growing okay, they were all on track. They had dropped down a couple of centiles, but they weren't worried because in that time I'd been diagnosed with, like, I'd just been diagnosed with the last growth scan, and then at this one I'd been doing like my monitoring of my blood sugars for 2 weeks, and my blood sugars were good, so they were like, I wouldn't worry, get a third scan to see what's happening. So you've got a scan booked in a couple of weeks that should like confirm whether baby's growing okay or not, and whether it's just because you're controlling your blood sugars better or whatever. Then came home, I did some crocheting, I did my walking and my steps and stuff, and then we went to a hypnobirthing class thing, introduction from the Birth Uprising, to see whether I wanted their hypnobirthing course. I knew I wanted a hypnobirthing course, but I didn't know which one, and so this was just like a video to see if I definitely did want a hypnobirthing course and if they were the right people for me. I have gone for theirs in the end. There are sort of two that are like quite big, theirs and another one, and the other one is very, very focused on natural birth and doesn't talk about what happens if you can't have a natural birth, like, by which I mean no instruments or no C-section. So we went for that one in the end. I was just in my feels. I think the last 2 days had been very overwhelming and I was struggling with that, and then just finished the day with some odd jobs. On to Sunday. Sunday was a laundry day, which means we probably did laundry on and off all day. I filmed my bullet journal setup for March, presumably. Yeah, my March bullet journal setup. I then got really stressed out because it was quite late in the day, and started working on orders, which took me way longer than I expected. I designed scripts for the previous week, went for a walk, did some gift shopping, and then we read to Bump. And that is pretty much it for the week, and as I predicted, I chatted on about the events of the week so much that we are now on to my leftovers. As I said at the beginning of the video, there are loads of leftovers left because Anna is super generous with her freebies. Yeah, and that is kind of it for this video. It was an emotional week and it was a hard week in a lot of ways, but I'm glad we got to see Bump and that Bump was growing well. If you enjoyed this video, comment, like down below, all that kind of jazz, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!